How do you develop a quick system to help you get faster results? So let's get started. First, to get results, we really have to ask ourselves, what exactly is the fat in our lives? When I say fat, it means like things you can trim. Because the best way to get results is to avoid doing the things that take up a bunch of space and time, and then they don't really do much for your life in the long run. Responding to every message, every single email, making things look perfectly organized. But think about it. Will doing these things really transform your life for next year? If the answer is no, then you should not be doing those things first. Filter everything. Because in your life, there will be a lot of things that look important at the moment, but it does nothing for your life. There are a lot of systems you can use to kind of cut this fat. I just used this grid that you've probably seen before of important and urgent. This system divides everything into important or not important, urgent or not urgent, and you put all the different things that you have to do into these 4 boxes. And then what you want to do is delay everything as much as possible on the unimportant side, and then do as much as you can on the important side. A great friendship? Important. Career advancement? Important. Learning photography? Yeah, it's fun, it's relaxing, but I wouldn't really consider that important. But I really have to finish watching Stranger Things. No, you don't. You can save that for the weekend. Remember to put on the important side, the things that will actually make a difference in your life. But how come there's still a lot of people that commits to tons of time into doing something, but still has very little progress to show for it? And that's because they don't have a very clear task with a clear outcome. If you want to be productive, you have to know that by the end of it, what kind of results that you'll be getting. By the end of this hour, I want 10 different categories of how I spend everything in this week, and then one more tip of how I can do to change better next week. Or I want to draw a realistic apple by the end of this month. You can see that in these examples, there is a clear task and a clear outcome, so you know exactly if you got the result or not. Like, have you ever spent like an hour reading something, but you can't recall a single thing? Yeah, that's because you don't have a clear outcome of what you want to get out of that. If you start reading a book with a mindset that I want 5 good takeaways from this, you'll get much more from it. If you don't do this step, it's very easy to find yourself wasting time and forgetting what you're supposed to do. But I know what you might also be thinking. Like, sometimes I just don't really know where to even start. This is when the next tip is that you really have to break everything down into simple, clear steps. Because whenever you look at big tasks, it will always stun you more. Let's say your goal is to declutter your whole room. Yeah, that's a huge task. It's not really clear or simple, so you have no idea where to start. But if I said to you, identify 5 things that you have not used in the past year by the end of this week, it's clear and it's simple. Therefore, it's more doable. If you want to lose 10 pounds, start with just eating 1 healthy meal a day. You want small, simple, approachable steps, so you don't get overwhelmed just by the mere thought of doing it. A good test for this is that when I have to do this, how paralyzed do I feel? If it's a lot, break the task down even smaller. However, there's one more big question that you have to ask, and that is, how do you do all this without burning out? And my answer to this is that you need a clear separation of time. When you work, you work. When you rest, rest. The key thing here is don't mix them. Because none of us have limitless energy, so this is where you really have to balance working and resting. When you mix the two, that's when you really become unproductive. Like somehow spending 10 hours on it and getting like 2 things done. Because 3 hours of that was you laughing at cat videos. When you focus, you can get more things done in less time, and then afterwards you get more free time to work with. As for the format of practically how you should do it, some people use the Pomodoro technique or the hour blocking, but honestly, it's whatever method works for you. As long as you maintain that clear separation between work and rest. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I will see you in my next video.